This is the University of North Dakota's pre-commencement show, Celebrate Achievement. For the next 50 minutes, we'll take you behind the scenes of our commencement activities as we celebrate the achievements of today's graduates. Our show includes interviews with graduating students and a performance by the UND Wind Ensemble. Now, here is the host of Celebrate Achievement, Monty Cashel.
Welcome to Celebrate Achievement, our pre-commencement show. We're coming to you live from the Alara Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. UND holds commencement ceremonies 8 times a year. This one is our biggest. Soon, this auditorium will be filled with hundreds of students who will become graduates of the University of North Dakota. One student who will graduate today comes from a family whose tradition is to attend UND. Our commencement reporter, Pat Sweeney, brings us his story.
Peter Monsrud arrived at UND in 2012, but his affection for the school started long before that.
There's a picture of me at 9 months old in a UND jumpsuit, and it's just been ingrained in me since birth coming here. My great-grandpa was here in the 1930s. Both my parents came. My uncle was here. My aunt was here too. I don't know, I grew up with UND in my life.
As a freshman, Monsrud said he was hesitant to get involved in campus activities, but things changed in his sophomore year.
I've been involved in lots of different organizations on campus. Some of them are Studio One, the television center internship, jazz band, university bands, basketball band, Alpha Kappa Psi Professional Business Fraternity, College Life at Hope Church, and then the UND Television Center Video Marketing Internship. Can you do it one more time?
Why do you do all these things?
I pride myself on being diverse and having a bunch of different experiences, and so getting involved on campus was really important for me, so I could get those different experiences and actually have the typical college experience of getting involved in all these different things. Meeting new people and making new friends was also a big important factor to me for getting involved.
Monsrud doesn't have a job, but he had 2 internships this semester. He says balancing school and activities can be done.
You just got to make sure your priorities are straight. So you have to make time for the internships. You have to make time to do your homework, make time to hang out with friends, and have a social life. It's tough, but it's doable. Yeah! UND is a place where you can have a lot of experiences. There's over 200 different organizations you can get involved in, and the people here are just amazing, and they're willing to help you at all costs, no matter what.
Well, I'm here with Peter now, and Peter, when I'm listening to all of those organizations you were involved in, what's the key to picking the right one for you?
Yeah, so you just gotta go out there and I don't know, there's a bunch of different organizations that you can search on the student involvement website, and I joined a bunch of different ones just out of the blue, and I like the people, so.
Well, you were a part of the Television Center internship program, and you rose to leadership positions very quickly there. What has the leadership positions in the organizations that you've taken on helped you with now that you're moving on?
Yeah, it's really been a help to grow my resume, and in my other internships, I've been leading, and in my classes, I led team projects, and just gaining that experience I think sets me apart from other students when looking for jobs. So I've been really fortunate to have that.
Okay, now if you turn your head just a little bit that way, there you got 2 tassels here, and that signifies you have a double major. So what are your majors, and why did you choose a double major?
Yep, so I'm a double major in marketing and communication. I started with marketing. It's just something that it's just something that I wanted to do. I don't know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but it was, I'll do marketing. I liked it. Then in communication, I figured that would be a good complement to marketing. You learn a little more of the skills and the types of messaging stuff that you don't learn in your in the marketing classes. So it comes with a good combination.
Sure. Now, what some people might not know about you is that you are an athlete, and you went to nationals for your sport. The sport is wiffle ball. What is wiffle ball?
Yeah, so first off, it's not affiliated with UND. It's just something that I do for fun in the summers. But wiffle ball, it's exactly what you think it is. It's the little kid game with plastic ball, plastic bat. and it gets pretty intense. There's age range from 18 to 60 people playing, and people can throw that wiffle ball up to 80, 90 miles an hour. It's pretty intense.
I love the words intense and wiffle ball in the same sentence. That's perfect. So you're originally from the Twin Cities. You've been here in Grand Forks working on your degrees. And you told me earlier that, you know, if I find a job in Grand Forks, I'll stay. And usually people want to go home. So what's the connection to Grand Forks?
Yeah, I really, this place has kind of become a home over the last 5 years. I like this town. It's not too big, not too small. So if there's an opportunity that's here, I really would like to stay.
Sure. So now looking forward, what's next?
Yeah, what's next? I'm going to be going through the job search. I'm going to be going back to the Twin Cities. I've got a few opportunities here in Grand Forks that I'm looking into. Back in the cities, I'll be looking, setting up informational interviews with contacts and finding a job that way.
All right. So I want to give you a chance to say hi and whatever you want to your friends and family that supported you through this journey.
Yeah, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's here supporting me today. Everyone who's not here, my sister can't be here right now. She's got finals on Monday and next week for her classes, and so she can't be here, so she's watching online. And just huge thank you to you guys. Happy Mother's Day, and you guys have been a huge support, so thank you.
All right. Thanks for your time, Peter, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Still to come, we'll meet a student who is graduating today but won't be here to pick up her diploma. We'll get to that later, but first, music has always played an important role in our commencement ceremonies. Today, music will be provided by the UND Wind Ensemble under the direction of Dr. James Popejoy. Here is the Wind Ensemble performing American Salute by Morton Gould, arranged by Philip Lang. Thank you, UND Wind Ensemble. One member of this year's graduating class is Stephanie Clark of Canada. Stephanie is the first member of her family to earn a college degree. She would love to be here today, but because she is a student athlete, Stephanie will be nearly 1,400 miles away. Pat Sweeney explains.
It's an understatement to say this is a big day for Edmonton native Stephanie Clark.
I am the first person in the family to be getting a college degree, to be graduating college. It'd be really cool to actually get to walk the stage, especially for my family.
Instead, the UND sprinter will be running with her teammates at the Big Sky Conference track meet in Sacramento.
You know, we just tell them right up front, it's like, sorry, tell your family you're not going to be able to go to the graduation because it's always the same weekend.
Clark will graduate with 2 degrees in psychology and criminal justice. She says her family is proud of her. So is her coach.
She's a perfect example of somebody who's doing it exactly the right way. She's a true student athlete. She's a student first and an athlete second.
As a sophomore, Clark became UND's first Big Sky track champion by winning the 400 meters. She also won the indoor 400 last year.
Stephanie Clark wins it.
Who figured that Canadians would be fast without skates? But she is.
It's nice. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of humble and I don't really like talking about like my achievements.
Clark was a rather late addition at UND, not coming to Galbraith's attention until July of 2012.
I don't think that I would have come to college without a scholarship. If you would have asked me back when I was in like 11th or 12th grade if I even planned on really going to college, especially for athletics, I probably would have said no. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know where I would have been with just a high school diploma.
And it shows that UND is a place where somebody can come and really be successful, both in sports and ultimately in academics, which makes you a successful person in life.
We extend our congratulations to Stephanie and her family. We're thrilled that she took time to let us interview her for this special day. Now we'll talk to someone who will walk across the stage today to receive a degree. Gavin Nadeau is another student who is very active on campus, and he'll play a special role in the procession today. Thanks for joining us today, Gavin.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And I'm going to get to why you have a special role a little bit later. But first, let's get a little bit of history and background on you. Traditionally, your family doesn't go to college, but you did. You're the first in your family to do that. Why did you decide after high school, yep, I'm going to do college?
I was really talked into it by my girlfriend. So she was going to college, and I thought, why not?
So it's always listen to the girlfriend. You'll make some smart decisions. That's a good thing in life. Yeah. You went to Turtle Mountain Community College first, and then you transferred to UND. What did you end up studying here?
Yep. I wanted to originally go into math, but after taking a couple math classes, I decided not to. So I switched over to Indian Studies and History, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's really good.
Now, you mentioned Indian Studies. You were also very involved in the American Indian Student Services, and they have a center on campus. What did you find there as a student early on in your career?
So early on, like during my first years here, the center is a place of like basically overall support. You can get academic support, financial support, spiritual support, any kind of support that a Native student needs, you can find it at the center.
And now, did you find any mentors there when you went to the American Indian Student Services?
Of course, like really all the staff are mentors and can be mentors, but Dr. Lee Janot was really a big influence on my career choices and my college choices.
And why is he a mentor?
I think just because he's from Belcourt also, and to see somebody in like a director position, like a high position on campus that you can relate to, is really important for students, including me. It just shows that you can do that, you can make it to that level.
Now, you were involved quite a bit with the center. Also, there's a huge event that happens on campus called Time Out Week in Acheivement. Can you explain what that is to people? Because you organized a lot of that.
Yeah, so Time Out Week is basically a week of events, and we choose a different topic each year, and this topic was resilience. And we did environmental resilience, women resilience, and cultural resilience. And we had an excellent week of all kinds of speakers, presenters, performers, everything. It was really, really amazing.
And then it culminates in a powwow. And what happens at that event?
So at the Time Out Acheivement powwow, it's a huge celebration of Native culture. We get everybody from the region, really, Canada, South Dakota, Montana, everywhere, to come and enjoy our powwow. It's one of the biggest cultural events held on UND, and I'm really, really proud of playing a role in all of it.
And I've been to the powwow before. It is just sensory overload when you're there. There's so many things going on. What's your favorite memory of either this year's powwow or a previous one?
All right, so my favorite memory is when we're all done cleaning up and we could go home and relax, because it's literally 12 hours a day for 3 days and constant moving and everything.
Spoken like a true organizer of an event. Yeah. So today you do have a special honor. You're going to be leading part of the procession. You're going to be carrying what's called the Eagle Staff. What does that mean?
So the Eagle Staff in Native culture, a lot of Native cultures, is it's basically our flag. It's kind of like our central gathering point. It connects all of us. It's really, really like an honor to hold it and carry it. And
sure. Well, and now you're moving forward. You're going to graduate today. And what's next after graduation?
So I actually applied for the graduate school in higher education, and I recently got accepted. So next semester I'll be going right into that. So
congratulations on that. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity to say hi to your friends and family. Any message you want to give them?
Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for the continued support. Everybody, my in-laws, my mother, my sister, who are all out there. It's really amazing.
Well, I'm sure they're proud of you, and thank you for all the work you've done here at UND.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Thanks, Gavin. 2016 was a unique year for the University of North Dakota. It was the only year in the institution's history that we had 3 presidents. Robert Kelly retired in 2016 after serving for 7.5 years. Former Governor Ed Schaefer took over as an interim president until the middle of the year. Mark Kennedy became our 12th president on July 1st. Pat Sweeney reviews the year 2016, showing the presidents who served and some of the activities that highlighted that year.
Hi, I'm Ed Schaefer.
Mr. Mark Kennedy.
Our goal here is to harmonize the many diverse elements that represent UND into one UND.
Go UND!
Oh, look at that!
It's going to be a new name, it's going to be a new logo, but the same vision.
like Mr. Tim Wise. You cannot understand any of the racial drama in this country right now if you don't have a historical perspective.
It makes my voice much, much lower.
Mark Kennedy began serving as UND's 12th president last July. This is his first spring commencement ceremony, one of many to come. Welcome, President Kennedy.
It's great to be here, Monty.
Well, there are many students who will graduate today, and like Gavin, they're the first of their family to graduate from college, and that was your story. So what was that graduation day like for you and your family?
It's such a big thrill. Both Debbie and I are first-generation college grads, and everybody wants to have that achievement in their family. So for us, it was just a pure elation. Took a lot of work, because as first generation, you don't always know what you're up against. And so great honor, and I'm always pleased to see first-generation college grads here at UND.
Now, you mentioned your wife. She has a background in theater and costume design, and I heard through the grapevine she might have helped you choose the outfit you're wearing today. Not this outfit, but the one that has the hat, the regalia that you come in with. Explain that process.
Well, we, not only I, but the others in our ceremony today have a new look. And there's only so much you can do because there's a lot of tradition around the garb we wear. But there's a little bit extra piping, the amount of green, all of that Debbie helped with. She's also doing the costumes for a Romeo and Juliet Shakespeare in the Park coming up in June play that's coming through UND, and designed a new quilt, star quilt for the president's residence. So it's great to have somebody creative here.
Excellent. Now, there are going to be some online degrees granted today, and they will be participating through the internet. How important are the online students to UND?
They're absolutely vital. And actually, the university I came from, we had almost an even amount of online and on campus. And you'd often find that the salutatorians were the online students. So they're very capable students. They are all over the country, all over the world, all over the state of North Dakota, but tapping into the knowledge that we have to share here. And they share a lot with the community, so we're very proud of our online students.
And when you first came to campus, very quickly you started talking about One UND. What does One UND mean to you?
Well, when you find a big university like UND, there's a little bit of fiefdoms and groups that build up that don't always integrate as much with the whole. We're up against a lot of much bigger universities in bigger states. For us to be effective at what we do, we need to be far more cohesive, far more of a unified family. And bringing everybody together with that common spirit is what we're trying to achieve with One UND.
Well, we've seen some of that change happening already, and we've been through a lot of change in the last little bit. You put together a group to put together a strategic plan. That plan has been rolled out. So now, what are some of the goals for the university?
Well, we had about 45 people on the strategic planning committee, 800 to 900 people involved, and they've come up with 7 goals. So I'm challenging everybody to make sure that you have your goals in your pocket. Because I said if you can't put it on a little card like this and remember what they aren't going to be as effective driving the university forward. But there are things like making sure we have even more experiential learning injected into every degree that you see walking across the stage. Making sure we have a higher percentage of our students that get to this point of graduating. Making sure that there's more research expansion, because that really helps make the university. The more and more teaching might be available online, you need more and more discovery. We want to be the creators of that discovery, and certainly embracing our diversity, embracing our military families. Those are some of the things that are in the strategic plan.
Now we're going to be graduating a lot of students today. How can they contribute to that plan once they leave campus?
Well, the alumni are such a vital component. Our seventh of the 7 goals is to connect with those alumni and make sure that they're connecting and keeping connecting with us, because we're only as strong as our alumni. We're a state organization. We do get some support from the state, but our support from the alumni is equally important. So we appreciate all of the great enthusiasm that these graduates are going to take with them, and we hope they stay connected with us.
And keeping on the theme of change, UND is going to be rolling out a new branding initiative. How will branding help the institution move forward as well?
Branding is vital, and anybody that's had sort of a brand confusion, if I look across the stands here, I'm going to see 3 or 4 or 5 different logos. Really connecting on who you are makes a big difference to having that connective tissue between your alums, bringing students here. So we've got some brand elements that we have grit here in the area where you have to survive tough winters and have to come from behind many times. We have a connection where we have that experiential learning. People leaving here are ready for the workforce, not just with theory, but with having actually done it. They've actually flown. They've been in a mock courtroom. They've been in a simulation for healthcare professions. They've taught in the classroom. And most importantly, we focus on doing. Doing, not just talking, and having an impact. Those are the things I think you're going to see are going to be building blocks for the brand that you'll be seeing rolling out later on this summer.
Well, this is an exciting day for so many people watching the graduates themselves. What makes commencement exciting to you?
What makes commencement exciting to me is 2 things. Thinking about how excited the families are right now, just as my family was excited when I graduated. But then I think through 10, 20, 30 years down the road, for each graduate that's coming across the stage, what kind of an impact they're going to have in the world, how many people they're going to touch, and how we helped shape them to go out and really bring good things to the world. So this is a true celebration.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, President Kennedy. Have a great commencement.
Thanks, Monty.
The UND Wind Ensemble has a reputation for musical excellence at state, regional, and national appearances. They are going to perform a short concert now. Please welcome the UND Wind Ensemble under the direction of Dr. James Popejoy. You're looking at a live shot of the ballroom at the Alara Center. Students are lined up in this room. They're getting ready to enter the auditorium for the ceremony. We're including students who received their degrees online today. There are 18 students who will be participating in the ceremony through the internet. You will hear their names read along with the graduates who are participating in person. Their names will also appear on the video screens in the auditorium. In just a few hours, all of these students will become alumni of the university. The spirit of today's ceremony is one of achievement, celebration, and possibilities. People connect with UND through their personal experiences. We've tried to capture that spirit in this next video. That wraps up our show, Celebrate Achievement. In just a few minutes, our ceremony will begin. We ask that you stay for the entire ceremony to honor all the students who will walk across our stage today. From the Alara Center in Grand Forks, I'm Monty Cashel. Thanks for joining us.